apparently, Malay children have nothing to read. So, Poops, have you ever attended an event because of a Reddit thread? Well, I have. There's a thread right now about the TBA KL,
which is Malay for KL International Book Fair, by the way.
This guy went over to the KL International Book Fair and realized that there were no books for his 2-year-old. Kids just want to know the sounds of ABCs, the sounds of cows mooing, and the sound of sheep bleating. And apparently everything is just DBP, Upin Ipin, Gerak Budaya, Islamic stuff. I know it's very tempting to go out there and just assume no wonder semua orang pun nak support PAS. And right now I can see some of you just nodding your heads along. But you know, I know how easy it is to fitna, so I decided to actually go. So come along, I'll show you what I actually saw.
This was me obviously being very lost, walking around trying to see how bad the propaganda was. Coincidentally, just as I was outside. Look what I found, look what I found, look what I found. Malaysia Madani. Ayo semua anak pertiwi. I can't believe this exists. Met an astronaut, got bitten by a dinosaur. Anyway, I stayed lost for a while until I found Cik Aina here and also the directory behind her. We did have this chat though. So Cik Aina, nak tanya, apakah sebab utama semua orang kena datang ke KLIBS?
Sebab kat sini ada banyak sangat buku-buku yang menarik, yang berbagai genre. Nak non-fiction, nak fiction, romance, thriller, semua ada kat sini.
Semua ada kat sini?
Ya, so memang sangat sesuai untuk pecinta-pecinta buku.
Okay.
Ya, so datanglah ke...
Ada astronaut juga?
Si ada ni.
Betul, siap ada astronaut. Sheikh Muzaffar Syukur. Okay.
Datang ramai-ramai, okay?
Okay, terima kasih Aina. Oh, I like your hat.
Thank you.
Nice hat. Wow. Alright, fun chat. Terima kasih. Alright, fair enough, it was time to go. Went straight in and looked at some of the books, and it's true, a lot of them were religious. Stuff like ustazas, preachers, whatever have you. Tadabburs, mendidik jiwas, apparently. There's even a solidarity section. But just as I thought everything was lost,
there are like dedicated kids sections with stimulating intellectual material, but also, by the way, a couple of interesting science books along the way.
They weren't bad actually. I mean, like, if you open them up, you realize that there's actually some pretty interesting stories, lots of interesting tales. And yeah, some of them are kind of brain rot, not gonna lie. Therefore some AI slop of questionable value.
But you know, I actually looked through some of those stories and I realized that actually they are not bad.
Some actually have some pretty good messages as well. One of the weirder things though was this collection of kiasu manga, all the way up to uni and also tahfiz apparently, and even Solat Lima Waktu.
Either way, I don't think that the problem with reading in this country is a matter of like the supply of reading materials. I think that those are actually there. There can also be another problem, which is that young Malay children just don't read in general. But I think that that's part of what the government is actually trying to encourage people to do, partly with this AI slop.
But also this event in general, which is like, you might not agree with it, but I think it's an actual legitimate way for people to engage their kids, which is definitely something I saw them try to do. There are books, they do try to actually do some fun activities as well. It's not like people are ignoring young Malay children. In fact, I actually thought that they were trying to make it fun for them. Like in this quiz. Oh! Dalam BM. Woo!
Yang ni kita duduk. Kita duduk dekat sini.
But yeah, like, it just gives me the impression that the writer of this post just didn't look closely enough. They just came up with this vision of what they think the place is like, just based on a very limited sample of experiences. But just because you didn't pay attention, does that mean that you get to blame the entire Malaysian book industry?
Nope, and nope.
I had also a couple of interesting experiences along the way, got some weight loss advice from Kak K, shout out to you Kak K. Met a former Prime Minister, had a chat with the Kementerian Dalam Negeri about our Arkan and GISB, which unfortunately I can't share, but thank you Saput, thank you. Even a session with the Education Ministry where this lady, Cik Aini, taught me about her philosophy on education and also explained to me the Education Ministry's goal for 2026. Yeah, I also had an interesting experience looking through P. Ramlee's legacy at the National Unity Ministry. Even gave a speech about unity to our Unity Ministry Saput as I talk about the sad legacy of P. Ramlee. But anyway, that's a separate story and for another day. But yeah, overall, it was like a fun experience.
Pretty sure I'd end up bankrupt if I just stay there though, because I buy all the books, but feel free to contribute if you want me to read more and feed my addiction.
I feel like it would have been very easy for me to just say stuff about like teh tarik water or about how kids nowadays are becoming stupid and stuff like that, but I think that would be a waste of my platform, because I think that really, this is one of those things that you really need to go and experience for yourself, because the more people there are in this country who actually go out there and read and realize that the world is not just defined by Reddit posts and viral moments where people are talking about the doom of the country, I think that this place would be a much better place. And by the way, yes, I did spend a lot of money on all of these right here, but I'm probably going to be spending even more. The KL IBF, for those of you who didn't know, is going to be happening until June the 7th of 2026, meaning Sunday, and I'm probably going to drop by tomorrow at around like 2 p.m. or something like that. If you happen to see someone who looks like me, behaves like me, acts like me, it may or may not be me. So if you've never even considered going for a book fair, it's going to be happening at World Trade Center in KL. If I see you, I'll see you. It could just be a short mission, but if you do see me, then feel free to say hi, Sapoop. Anyway, so what do you think? Is it true that young Malay children have nothing to read? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all to say about that, and bye.